All right, welcome back to the Leisure House podcast. I'm with right-handed pitcher Trey Pooser from South Carolina, Charleston. How you doing today, big dog?
Doing good, Nick. How are you, man?
I'm good. We've had a lot of obstacles to get to this podcast today, but we are here. We ran into some technical difficulties. We got a new camera set up, got some mics, but we're ready to roll now. Ready to roll.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Pooser from South Carolina, Charleston University.
College of Charleston.
College of Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
So we were talking earlier with Johnny and all those guys, and we were talking about how Charleston's one of the,
Charleston is the best
travel destination in the United States.
Compared to Charlotte is what the argument was.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was even the conversation, but sadly it was.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Charleston. Like, what's it like over there? Just like the city itself.
It's packed. It's fun though. It's beautiful. You got the beaches right there. You got, the water's all around. You got stuff to do inland. You got stuff to do down. There's all types of stuff to do downtown.
Yeah.
And then you got the Ravenel Bridge, one of the longest extension bridges in the U.S. We'll call it the U.S. I don't know. You can fact check me there, but it's fun. A lot of good things to do down there. Fishing's fun down there.
Yeah.
Surfing at the beach. We got like 3 beaches.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So you live 20 minutes outside?
Yeah, I live 20 minutes outside in Hanahan.
Awesome. Yeah. So what high school did you go to?
Hanahan, South Carolina.
Hanahan High School?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool, yeah. So let's talk a little bit about Hanahan and your experience kind of going through your freshman year to your senior year.
Okay.
And tell us a little bit how you grew as a player, a person, and how you got to Charleston, College of Charleston in the first place.
Yeah, so freshman year I was on JV. I was a pitcher, shortstop, second baseman.
Hey.
Couldn't hit those, so that was my only downside. And then my sophomore year, I kind of stayed. I worked more towards pitching, but stayed second base. And then at the end of that year, I actually got to work into the varsity squad for the playoffs, and then right before playoffs, and I got me and a couple other JV guys just got to pitch and got an outing against, I don't even know what team it was, but we each went three innings shutout. It was awesome playing varsity as a 10th grader. It was cool to me. And then that once I threw there, I thought, this isn't too much of a difference, but obviously there is a difference. But then that next year, I actually got shut down as a second baseman.
Oh,
became strictly PO.
That was your junior year?
Junior year.
Damn.
Became strictly a PO, which I had no problem with. But at the same time, you want to hit. Yeah. Everybody wants to hit, but I couldn't do so. And so I went through that year. I was a strictly PO, and then would just throw my game, and then the rest of the week I was just doing whatever I needed to do to get ready for it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a life.
Yeah.
Wasn't too hard of a practice schedule. And then senior year, I actually got asked to play second base again. Thank God. I was so happy. And then I asked them to hit. They asked me to hit again, and I was like, oh, boy. I was like, all right. So I got to take some BP, and then
you a lefty swing, righty?
Righty.
Righty?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I am a natural lefty, though.
Really?
Yeah,
So
I write lefty. I do everything lefty, but I play sports righty. Yeah, it's my mom worked with me on my throwing while my dad was at work.
Yeah,
so that's how I became because my dad's a lefty.
Yeah.
And
she knew. She's like, this
she's like, no, he's gonna be a righty.
He'll be a righty.
And so then I played 3 games at second, and fielding was good. I struck out I think I walked once. I would watch the ball go right down the middle. Hitting just is not my forte, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And, so then on my recruiting journey, I didn't really start getting any type of text, calls, or nothing until the fall of my senior year, because the travel team I was with, the Carolina Prospects, we did it was like a junior college D2 showcase at Charleston Southern, 5 minutes from my house, and the only D1 that was allowed to be there was Charleston Southern.
Mm-hmm.
So, I threw really well there, and then got a whole bunch of JUCO and D2 calls, and the first one I went to was Newberry, actually.
Yeah.
And then kind of learned a little bit about the recruiting process there and how it's really a business.
Yeah.
And after that, I went to, what was the next one? I went to USC Lancaster, USC Sumter, and one other one. And then I just didn't hear anything else after that. Mm-hmm. And then whenever I went to school ball in the spring, I started doing a little bit better. And then Florence Darlington Tech was the main JUCO that I wanted to go to if I did go anywhere. And they reached out. I went on a visit. Cool. It was awesome. I mean, it was nothing like you don't get no spectacular treatment or whatever, but I mean, it was awesome. It was a good place to play. And I knew they had good connections with other teams, and so I committed there. Yeah. And then I think it was maybe a month later, College of Charleston came and watched me through, and they offered me, like, I went on a visit the same night they came and saw me, which 20 minutes down the road, it's not hard to do. Yeah. And they were like, yeah, we want you to come here. It's up to you. And went and saw a game that night. And then after that, I texted the Florence Darlington coach. I felt bad. I didn't know what to say. I was like, hey, man, like how's this work? He was like, you tell me where you're going. And I said, congratulations. I said,
that's pretty good.
I was nervous. I didn't want to be rude to him. And then
it's like you're breaking up. I'm sorry.
I was like, I know I committed to you like a month ago, but it's already over, man. Yeah. And so I committed there, and after that, it was history. After that, I went there for 4 years.
4 years, man. Yeah. So, what was that like going to school that was like 20 minutes away? Like, I mean, when I was at SC, I was an hour away. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, with traffic, it kind of sucked. So I could go home whenever I wanted. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sure, like, you could.
I actually just stayed downtown because as a freshman, you got to stay in the dorms. Yeah. So I mean, I'll just stay downtown, and then my parents would come down and see me whenever. I mean, they came to every game throughout all my 4 years, whether we traveled or not. Yeah, they made the trek, which hopefully they're going to be able to this year. Yeah. But it's a little bit further.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But I would go home. I'd go home every now and then. It wasn't a bad drive at all. Yeah. So if I wanted some dinner, I'd go home. Yeah. And my mom, I did my mom would get mad because I wouldn't come home every now and then she'd be like, we gave you a car for a reason, man. Yeah. Come on home.
Come on home, yeah.
But yeah, it was awesome. It was nice down there. It's beautiful. It's different living in the city. Yeah. But because parking, traffic, floods down there like crazy. Yeah. But yeah, it's awesome down there.
That's awesome, man. So when you got to College of Charleston freshman year, did you play right away, or what was that? What was the experience like?
So that was actually COVID year. So So what sucked about that year was I was the weekday starter. Mm-hmm. So the first game we had for the weekday, I forget whether if it was Charleston Southern or Coastal, that got rained out. So then I had to wait till next week. Yeah. And then the next week was either Charleston Southern it was either Charleston Southern, Coastal, or Clemson. That got rained out. So I was like, okay. And then the next week I was waiting to start, and this was on Sunday. We had a weekend series against Xavier, and my coach finally was like, yeah, let's put him in. So I came in and closed the game, threw really well. I couldn't tell you what I did during it. Yeah. I kind of blacked out. I was amped up. I remember my knees were shaking, so I was just nervous. And then that's what it was. They went up to Clemson, and I didn't get to travel and make my first start. But then that next weekend, COVID. We were actually getting on the bus to go to Furman, I believe, and we packed our stuff on the bus, and our coach called us back to the locker room, and he was like, hey, like, we don't know what's going on, but we can't go. Like, they said COVID, like, apparently it's becoming more rampant, and we can't go, and we got to shut down for at least 2 weeks. Yeah. And then, obviously, that turned into the rest of the year. Yeah.
Wow. So what was that like, getting shut down? And I guess you were 20 minutes away, but what did you do during your time, COVID? Because you were still in school. Yeah, it was online.
Mm-hmm. So I went home. So obviously all the dorms had to clear out, but I went home. All the classes moved online, which wasn't like a terrible move to online because, like, except for one of my classes, which was yoga. You just had to video yourself doing yoga. But, no, it wasn't terrible. There wasn't much to do, obviously. So it was just a lot of sitting at home.
Yeah.
Playing video games, watching movies, going outside every now and then places were closed, so it's not like you could just go and do something whenever you wanted to. And then...
Were the, like, guidelines, like, strict or the protocols strict over there in South Carolina? Because I know in some parts of California, it took a long time before, like, they allowed people to even go to, like, groceries.
So...
I mean, like...
Well, I think, whenever it became, like, really bad... It wasn't, I guess it depended on where you were. Like, Charleston was, I remember we had to wear masks in school for, like, at least, my sophomore year. We were still online the first semester. They had to wear masks that whole second semester. Yeah. And, like, even in class, and then walking around, they wanted you to wear them.
Yeah.
But, I don't really remember, because we actually stayed at the beach for a while. We rented a house out there, stayed out there. Sick. It was awesome. And then I remember Hanahan wasn't, like, too strict on the rules. And even after, like, they were like, yeah, you got to have masks. I remember they, like, weren't you could go anywhere, and as long as you were 6 feet apart, you didn't need to wear a mask. It was pointless. But I don't think they were terribly strict. I know downtown was really, and the school itself was crazy strict.
Yeah.
The COVID tests, I don't know if you had to do all those.
Oh, yeah. Even not, like, SC after 2 years after COVID. It was like 2022. We had to do weekly COVID tests, and I had
the nose ones.
It was either the nose or the spit, and I'd always do the spit one because like the nose one was just like, oh.
We didn't have a choice. We had to go in
get your the nose.
Oh my god, we got to do it ourselves, thankfully.
Yeah.
But whenever you had to go to the hospital, they jammed that thing up in there.
Yeah, dude. I just got like. Wow, I just remembered that I had to do that. I had to do a few nose swabs, and I almost like threw up because I was just like I've never had something up my nose.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like at the hospitals. They would just lean your head back, and just shove it as far as. It was like I think you got it, man. Like
I think you got it. It's either there or it's not.
In fact, we had to do the saliva test one time, and it was hard to get that. You had to spit that much?
Yeah.
Yeah, we only got to do that one time. I wish we had done that all the time.
Yeah. When I was at JUCO, I know that we had to do saliva tests all the fall. Mm-hmm. I think it was the nose one. We had to go in there every day before practice. You had to go get your nose swab, and they would just, and it was somebody else, and she'd like hold my.
Oh, they would do. We got to do it ourselves. They would have to do it
15 seconds on one side, 15 on the other side. I'm just like, are you kidding me?
So we got to do it ourselves, and we had to go. They said to go at least this far.
Yeah.
So you just go in there real quick, and then 15 minutes later, after it was concluded, if you were positive, they'd walk out to practice, and be like, "Hey, you need to come with me."
Yeah, it's like if I'm positive, then I've been out here for 15 minutes. There's somebody else that's probably positive now too.
You know, it was also another thing. Did y'all have beepers?
Beepers.
So we had these, basically like Apple AirTag type things, but they're just white things with a little light in the middle of them. And if me and you, our beepers were corresponded to us, obviously, and if me and you were this close, less than 6 foot apart for more than 15 minutes, or for however long we were close, it would blink red, and then it would mark that time down, and then over a period of a week, they would, if me and you were close to each other for 15 minutes, and you popped a positive, I would have a positive.
Yeah. Wow, that's actually smart, but really annoying.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like we would go down in the pen, and we'd have our stuff everywhere. We'd try to put it 6 feet apart because our whole pen got wiped out one time.
Yeah.
6 of us got wiped out, and then the dugout got wiped. We had to cancel the whole series with Charlotte actually because the whole team, but 5 guys got wiped out.
Yeah.
And they somehow got most people back except for the bullpen because we were all right there with each other, and they canceled that whole series, and we didn't get to play that weekend.
COVID is just such a weird time. Yeah. It's so weird that now we're going into 2024 in a little bit, and it's we've come this far. We're in our 5th year of college, and I remember my freshman year, and there was guys that were 5th years, or 6 years, and then that was it for them.
Yeah.
Like, they just didn't play anymore.
Yeah.
And I used to think, like, dang, like, those guys are so old.
Now
Why are you guys still playing baseball? Like, look at a job. And then here I am. I'm going to be 23.
Here we are.
Yeah, and I'm 5th year, and I'm like, dang.
That's what I was telling.
I'm old.
I was telling Johnny or somebody the other day. I was like, yeah, I think freshman and sophomore year, I was like, I'll never be doing 5 years of college. Not baseball, not even the baseball part, just college.
Yeah.
And then
what I said.
I looked up this year. I was like, here we go.
Last year. Yeah. It's funny because I thought I was like the oldest guy on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So I came here. I was like, dang, like I'm really the oldest guy on the team. And then Crit had me by 2 weeks. And I was like, thank God, like there's somebody else that's older.
Because what is he?
He's 23.
He's 23.
His birthday is December. I'm not sure what day it is, but mine's December too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like cool to see like there's a guy that's older than me.
Yeah.
It's funny. It is. I mean, that's the oldest man in the SEC. You guys can check it out. So I think it's cool that we all had that kind of experience, and then we're all kind of here now.
Yeah.
This is like the most, I think, 5th and 6th years I've ever like seen on a team.
Yeah.
I feel like we got a lot.
Throughout my years, we had. I remember the COVID year. We had a 5th year come in, or he might have been a senior. I don't even remember, but because he came my freshman year, then he was there the next year.
Yeah.
I think it was his 6th year. It was a 6th. I was like, Jesus. I was like, I didn't know you could even. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly thought I had 2 more years left because I had COVID, and I thought you could get a grad year.
Yeah.
But this is my grad year.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, I mean, like, even if I did have another year, I don't think I can't be 25 in college.
Yeah.
Like, that would be too far. Like,
yeah.
24 is fine. Not even, but like 25 would just be too much.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, like I'll just hang them up. But yeah, I think it's just crazy to look back at. Like when I was a freshman, like I was literally in 8th grade or 7th grade when you were a freshman in college.
Yeah.
And then I would make fun of them, and then here I am, all these freshmen like, oh my God, I was in 8th grade. And
yeah.
I was like, dang, bro, like, I'm old. So it's just funny. It's cool though. But I'm glad that we're here in Lexington. Like this is a great place.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Spend your 5th year out.
Oh yeah,
like there's
especially
nowhere.
here.
This place is beautiful.
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about like how your experience here so far, how you've adapted to the different pitching coach. And so this is your 2nd pitching coach. So having somebody that you've been coached for 4 years, what's it like coming over here and having a new coach?
It's I had to learn like just how things like were ran around here. I think that was the biggest thing for me is. Like, I remember my first pin, like, getting used, like, at Charleston, we kind of just, like, the way we threw our pins was you knew what you had to work on. And, I mean, our coach would help us. He was a great pitching coach, but he would, like, if you wanted to throw extra pitches, you threw your extra pitches. And you just kind of flew through it, but you knew what you needed to work on, and you worked on that for 20, 25 pitches.
Yeah.
Here, it was, honestly, not like... It sped me up a little bit, I'll say that. It did speed me up a little bit having to do you throw 3 like you're in a real game. You throw 3 or 4, then you reset, you walk around the mound, you come back, you take a breath, you throw your next set of stuff.
Yeah.
You walk around the mound, and having to get that imagination and work on that it helped, I think. I think it really helped me, and also the feedback. Feedback is the breakfast of champions.
Feedback is the breakfast of champions.
I didn't realize we could watch video. I didn't know that they were videoing the whole time.
Yeah.
And got to go back and watch my very first pin. That was awesome. It was cool. I didn't even know that they were videoing, and all the coaches were in there watching. That was a new thing. Yeah. We always just had our pitching coach and like an assistant pitching coach or like one of his helpers or something out there with us. And then all the metrics, we didn't have TrackMan until my senior year.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And we only had it on the game mound.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to see that, you had to go to the game mound after practice, or you do it before practice. Here,
portable.
Yeah, we got TrackMan, we got Edgertronic, we got everything. And
is it Edgertronic? I heard that's legit.
Oh yeah.
That's the more advanced TrackMan.
Yeah, it's like Roselle sent me. I mean, he's sent me videos and of my curveball because I'm working on like a breaking ball. I call it. It's a slider curveball.
Yeah.
And it slows your arm down. It slows everything down until you release it. Then it kind of speeds it up a little bit. But I mean, it's like frame by frame.
Yeah.
It is unreal.
That's really cool.
And you can just see, I mean, every little thing, and that has helped me. He sent me some videos on that, and it helps me to see actual video of how I do stuff, so I can relate it to practice and relay it to practice. And actually work on those things.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's cool that we utilize the amount of technology that we do here.
Yes.
And it's not like we just have technology. There's a lot of places that just have technology, but they don't know how to teach it. And I feel like here we do a really good job of using the technology to our advantage, and you break it down to every single guy. This is why we do this. This is why we do that. This is why we do that. And I think Rosal does a good job with you guys. Like you said, just watching, breaking down video. I feel like he spends a lot of time with the pitchers.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like that's not very common.
No.
Maybe some pitching coaches have their guys and they'll focus in, but I feel like he does it with everybody.
Yeah, you can go, at the beginning, I was going and seeing video. You can go in whenever you want. You can say, hey, coach, I want to watch the video. He's always there, ready to help you. Travis, I remember coach was saying that he was in here 7:30 in the morning or something.
Yeah.
And coach was right there with him.
Yeah.
And, he'll sit there and break down every pitch that you threw in a outing and you threw in a pen, and he'll just tell you what you did, what you need to work on, and then he'll show you examples in there.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. I had no clue how to read the TrackMan stuff.
Yeah.
I remember I asked, I think it was Fitz, Coach Fitz. I was talking to him in the pen because I could look at it and see where the ball was. I could see. I knew the speed. That was it. And I was looking at it, and he was telling me, Coach was like, you're at this and this. We want you here and here. And I finally went to Fitz. I was like, dude, I have no clue what that means.
Yeah.
And he was like, whenever they explained it to me, it made so much more sense. But we work on that when we throw on the game mound. We have it on the screen behind us.
I think that's really cool.
Oh, it's awesome.
That's really
it's
cool.
awesome.
That you can when we're hitting, we see everything. Exit velo.
Oh yeah.
I love that kind of stuff because it's not I'm obviously I want to increase my exit velo and I can see it and I can see how far it is, but being able to see that when we're working different zones and we're working on the outside, how hard am I hitting it this way?
It's that instant feedback.
Feedback. Yeah.
You don't have to wait and see a video of yourself. Maybe
it's instant. So I hit it and I'm like, all right, I just missed that one, and then it shows I just missed that one, and then I got that one. Everybody can see that he got that one. So I think it's really cool that we have that technology and we're able to showcase it on our huge video board, and you get video, and you have coaches just constantly give you feedback.
Absolutely.
So you're just eating breakfast all day.
Absolutely.
Breakfast of champions.
Absolutely.
So that's the biggest difference I've seen.
Yeah.
So
they want you to be the best that you can.
Yeah.
They want the best out of you.
Yeah.
That's how you win games, but that's honestly I think would be the biggest difference is just because my dad would video my TrackMan and my video was my dad.
Yeah.
He takes videos of he even did it the other day, which they told him, they're like, you don't have to do that no more. We have video, you watch the game, but he told me, he was like, man, I had the video. I wanted to send them to you. I was like, all right. Yeah, cool. He took video of every pitch. Normally he sits behind home plate. He was off to the side this time, but every pitch that I threw throughout college, I had on there in the fall and in the spring. He'd send them all to me.
That's
so I have
awesome.
Unlimited video of me throwing on my phone right now.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So I know, when you first got here and to your last outing against Morehead State, that you've made some big strides. And just for me as a hitter, I don't think we've ever been on the same team in the inter squad, so I haven't always faced you. So I remember, the first time I faced you, I was, seeing you really well. I was like, all right, I could see you pretty well. And then as time went on, your velo went up, a mile or two but it played like it was 8 miles an hour harder. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, I remember you telling me
I was
that.
like, why? Like, I swear, like, I was seeing this ball. Now it's like a blur. And I'm like, oh, my God. And, like, the way, I think your extension or something, it, like, plays up. Like, you got that ride on your fastball. And your changeup was good. And you got that breaking ball now that you're throwing for strikes. So, like, from my perspective, the strides that you've made have been significant. I don't know what you've
Yeah, no, I think the same thing. Like, at the beginning, like, I was working on my main focus was working on the curveball and the breaking ball, getting a more just something that would play better than the slider I had. Because I worked on that slider for 4 years.
Yeah.
I just for some reason I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
And because I was mainly fastball changeup guy, and then Roselle, I mean, we hammered throwing that curveball and pins and working on it, and Sailor would help me out, Fitz would help me out with it, and I think I was focused on throwing that more than my mechanics and throwing strikes.
Yeah.
And then that was the other thing we threw into was working on my mechanics, staying my back leg.
Yeah.
And, I mean, over time, I think I just got caught up in trying to be too perfect.
Yeah.
Which I told Roselle that, and he was just like, man, just throw strikes. And I mean, I was trying to just get the strikeouts. I wasn't trying to just fill up the zone. And then I think that's what changed in my last pin to my last outing was just letting it eat, just throwing, just trusting my stuff and letting it go. Throw it. I mean, I think I threw. I mean, I couldn't tell you how many balls I threw either right down Broadway or like close to it.
Yeah.
And I was just filling it up.
Against Morehead State, right? And what was your outing like? You were one pitch away from an immaculate inning.
Yeah, that ninth.
Oh my
was it that
goodness.
ninth pitch? Was it
it was the last one. Oh, what did they do? They popped up or something?
I threw it was right down the middle.
For those of you that don't know what an immaculate inning is, it's 3 pitches to each batter and 3 strikeouts. So this guy goes up there, just see ya. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, strikeout. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, strikeout. That's 2. And then strike 1, strike 2, and we're all on the fence. And when we talked to Pooser after, he had no idea.
I had no clue.
He had no idea. That's how locked in he was. But we all knew what was happening. And I think Coach Minge buys a steak dinner, right? Or what is it?
I didn't know that. So
I didn't know either, but
Mason goes, dude, you missed out on a steak dinner.
Yeah.
I was like, huh? He was like, yeah, man, they'll take you out for steak. You get immaculate. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's awesome. So he missed out on the steak dinner, but he was 1 pitch away, and we were all up on the fence. Oh, let's go. And then the guy hits a weak pop-up, and now we're just like, But, like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, who cares? Like, you pitched amazing.
Yeah.
Like, you look good. So, but it was cool to, like,
I came
see
in
a guy that just is filling it up. And it's like, you threw, like you said, you're throwing balls down the middle or maybe just off to the side, and that just shows you how good your stuff is when you're around the zone. You just throw strikes, like, you're untouchable. And literally, like, immaculate inning. Like, if you don't think your stuff's untouchable after that, then you have to go get
I was feeling pretty good. In fact, when I was walking in, I think Johnny just looked at me and just put his, like, normally walking in, Johnny was just like shaking his head, and then somebody else was saying something, and then I didn't even know anything, and Coach Roselle was trying to talk to me, and all I hear is, Pooser, you messed up. You suck.
It's like, what?
I was like, what happened? They're like, you had an immaculate. I was like, oh. Damn. I didn't even notice. Yeah, that was a awesome inning. I felt really good after that one.
Yeah, and it's just like cool when the guys got great tempo like you do, and you're just strikes. Back on there, strike. And it's just like constant. It wasn't like strike, and then you get back out there and just like, strike. It was like, it was happening so fast. That's probably why you didn't even realize it, because it was just,
Yeah.
And like, I didn't even realize it, because like, I just saw strikes, and then everyone was going crazy. I was like, is he about to throw an immaculate? They're like, yeah, he's 2 pitches away, and then you threw a strike, and then they pop it. I was like, no. But it was cool, though. I mean, like I said, like, your stuff has gotten progressively better, and like you're going to be one of our guys this year, I think, and it's going to be really fun to play behind you and all the other guys we got this year. So
appreciate that. Yeah,
it'll be cool. Yeah,
that was a good outing to end on.
Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
Goodness.
Yeah, and it's nice to have this little fall break and just kind of like reset. You know, we had 20-hour weeks practicing on Sun. Like, I've never practiced on the weekend. Did you ever practice on the weekend?
We did. We would do just scrimmages. We just have we'd scrimmage on here. We scrimmage on Wednesday, Friday, Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
We would do Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Was our scrimmages, and I mean we'd go out there on Friday after classes.
Yeah.
And then Saturday was mainly in the morning or a little bit in the after, like around 1. And then Sunday we try to do in the morning for Sunday football.
Yeah.
Afterward.
Yeah.
But we that's the other thing, the practice schedule here.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's the other thing that kind of threw me off when I first got here. Was the mornings.
Yeah.
God.
It's tough. It's not easy.
Now it's fine because I mean you just get in that routine and you constantly waking up at. I mean I go to bed at 11 now and wake up at 7:30.
Yeah.
Get to the field and you're done with your day at 1 after lift.
After lift.
And for us it's nice because we don't have class.
Yeah. We don't have to go to class. That was the worst thing because my first year at SC we had practice in the mornings and we had lift in the mornings too. So we'd lift 6 to 7. Then we had practice. I think we had like a 30-minute break to get breakfast. Then we had practice, and then I had to go to class. And I'm wiped. That's the last thing I want to do is go to class right now. My body is just like, wow.
That's why I think about our freshmen and even the guys that have been here that have to go to class. Like they're still in class at 6 sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
there's no.
If I actually had to do that, I just knowing how tired I am after practice and lift sometimes, and I actually had to go sit in class and be attentive. I don't know how I would do it.
I don't think I would be able to do it, but kudos to them.
Oh
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Oh yeah.
So you've gone through your first fall here at Kentucky, your last one as a college player. Like how are you feeling? Like what are do you feel like emotional about it? Like what is kind of your thoughts about it?
I mean,
'cause I'm gonna tell you mine.
I haven't really thought about it honestly too much. I mean, until just now, until you were saying, I wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably won't realize it until the end. If I don't get picked up or something, then I won't realize it until then. That was obviously the last one.
Yeah.
But I mean, this fall honestly has just flown by. So I mean, it's just. I think I'm just enjoying it, not really focusing on it being my last one.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of trying to enjoy everything I can and get everything I can out of it. And I mean, I didn't even think about that.
I mean, I didn't really think about it either until I think coach was just I think it was the week before our last week of scrimmages. And he was like, we got one more scrimmage after this and then Morehead State and then we're done. And I was like, damn, that's it.
Yeah.
And last year when I was at SC, it was my senior year, I was not planning on taking a 5th year.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to get picked up. I'm going to sign for a free agent deal. I'm not going to college anymore. And I was thinking this is my last one. And then after the season happened, nothing happened. I was like, all right, well, I guess I got one more.
Yeah.
But now I have no more years of eligibility.
Yep.
So I'm like, this is it. Whether I like it or not.
Oh yeah.
And so after the Morehead State game, I had my last at bat, and I had 4 at bats prior to that, and I literally I just gave them away. They were bad. And I was like, wow, dude, I really don't want to end my last college fall game on a strikeout. I think I struck out. And I go to the lineup, and I see my name crossed out after I had my bats, and they put Huddy in. And so I was like, damn, I really ended on a strikeout. And then I was like, all right, Huddy, let's go, big dog. Yeah. And then Coach Minge was like, no, you're still hitting. And I was like, oh, all right.
Oh, he was just playing for you.
He was just playing first. And then I go to my last at-bat. It happened to be we were down by 1, I think. And there was runners at first or second and third, and I got a huge big hit, and I was like, hell yeah. That's it. And I ended up being the game-winning hit in the second game. So it was cool to have that moment.
Yeah.
And that was my last one. And it's just how fast the fall went is how fast the spring's going to come and go.
It flew by. When we started team prep, when did we start? It was September
15th. Yeah.
I mean whenever you start, it's oh, this is going to be a long fall. That's how it always. It's just oh, it's about to be a long fall, and then, I mean, you're at the field constantly throughout the day. So and then by the time you look up, I looked up, it was already October 15th or something. I was like, Jesus. Yeah. And then, like you said, the spring, man. Like, I was just talking to, I don't even know who, I think it was talking to Devo about it. Like, just how our freshman year, we didn't even get to experience that full season. So that next year I got to, I think it was like halfway through the season, I was like I'm tired. Like, like you don't even realize it. Yeah. And then after like experiencing that one time after that, I mean, it's just, it goes by. Yeah. I mean, you're playing that midweek, then you got the weekend series, then you practice one day, midweek, practice another day, weekend series. I mean, it's just constant, man. Yeah. But it's awesome.
Oh yeah. And after like my JUCO year, that was my first like full year of like baseball, like fall and spring. Mm-hmm. And like when I was in that moment, I was like, dang, like I still got a long ways to go because I want to play at a 4-year and I want to like or get drafted or something. And I was like, dang, like I still got a ways to go. And now I'm here 3 years later, and it's like, damn, I didn't even envision myself at Kentucky. Like Kentucky. Like, it's not that I would have never wanted to play here. It's just I had never thought I would be going to an SEC school.
Dude, I never in my right mind thought I would be here because, I mean, it was kind of spontaneous how I just entered the portal. Yeah. Like, it was, I mean, like, I was all throughout June, leading up to, like, June, I think I entered the 21st. I mean, I was set on going back to Charleston. I was hoping to get calls. I mean, I talked to a couple scouts. But I mean, I was hoping to get calls. I found out you get like a call like a week before or something like that, like a couple calls, and that's when they start reaching out. Yeah. And I didn't get, and I was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to get anything. And so I figured, well, I mean, a lot of people do their 5th year somewhere else. At least when they came to Charleston, I was like, they were just like, I just wanted to get a different look at things. So I was like, you know what? I literally woke up one morning, told my mom, I literally woke up, walked to my mom and dad's room. I was like, I'm transferring. I'm going to go ahead and enter the transfer portal. And they were like, okay. I mean, it was literally just, like, random. Yeah. And then, I mean, within 3 days, when they called, I mean, it was – I had no knowledge of Kentucky. Yeah. I had nothing. Like, my dream school out of high school was South Carolina. Yeah. And, I mean, when they called, Ammo called me first, and then Roselle. I mean, they were awesome. Yeah. And it was just like, yeah, sure, absolutely.
It happened so fast with them. They moved quick. They had already done research on you before they even call you. Yes. So, like, when they're calling you, they already know that they want you. Yes. It's not like, we don't know. Like, tell us a little about, like, they know. They've done they've talked to your coaches probably, other coaches you played for. Like, it's crazy how it, like, works like
That's the thing. Fitz, which you don't know who they talk to, overall, but, like, Fitz was telling me in the pen one day, he goes, yeah, man, I talked to a team you played against. Yeah. I talked to another team you played against. I was like, what? He was like, I talked to them, asked them about you. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I didn't think that's how he did it. But,
it's crazy.
They want to know. I mean, they get to know everything. That's what Ammo said. He was like, man, we watched video on you. Like, we like what we saw. Like, come on, like, it's up to you. I'm going to give you to my pitching coach. I was like, sweet.
You're like, all right.
I mean, I talked to Ammo and Roselle within a day. It was great long talks, and then talked to Minge 2 days later because it was Father's Day, it was a day later because it was Father's Day, and talked to him for like, I think I talked to him individually for like an hour maybe. Yeah. And then he got on the Zoom call with me and my parents, and we talked for like 2 hours. Yeah. And that was, absolutely, absolutely, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Because after like the season at SC, like, I wasn't thinking of transferring. Like, I was planning on coming back to SC. Like, all right, like, I didn't have, like, the greatest year. Like, you know, it's going to be tough to get picked up as a first baseman because I didn't really hit 20-plus home runs. So I was planning on coming back to SC, and I had my exit meeting with my coach, and me and him didn't really, like, get along, I don't think, just because, like, I don't even know how to explain it, but there's a lot of stuff we can talk about. But I think he thought I didn't have another year of eligibility. So he was like, thanks, Lopi, for, being our guy for us. And, if you need help finding an indie ball team. And I was like, are you serious? Like, are you, like, it's not no knock against indie ball. My brother's playing indie ball. Yeah. But it's like, you're literally saying, like, you'll help me play indie ball? Like, I have another year of eligibility.
Yeah.
And it was just like I was just like, all right, like I didn't even, like, good thing I didn't come back. Like, the fact that a coach is saying that to me at my exit meeting, like, he didn't even, like, talk to me about, like, why I didn't play the amount that I was wanting to. Like, there's other things we could have talked about. But he was like, yeah, if you need help finding an indie ball team. And I was just like, all right, coach, thank you. And then that was it. And I was
I didn't even have an exit meeting with my head coach.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have any type of communication with him after the season. He didn't reach out or nothing. I was just like, all right.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of, I wanted to play summer ball. I just never got to play anywhere. I wanted to play in the Cape. I mean, that's all people do.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I could have went and played in the Coastal Plain League. I played for the Wilmington Sharks. Coach has always told me, the coach there, he still coaches there, he was like, man, when you text me if you want to play, I was like, all right. But, I mean, I'd already shut down for like a week or two after that. It's like, I got to build my arm back up. I don't really want to just jump right back into it and go down there and throw 10 innings. So I threw like 80 innings already. But yeah, I never had that exit meeting. So I mean, that was another reason. That was just kind of it was just like,
yeah, man. Like, I would have loved to go back to SC. Like, SC was like one of my dream schools. Like, in high school, like, everybody would talk about USC, UCLA. And with my grades in high school, there was no shot I could have got a USC or SAT score. Like, it's not even like,
SAT score.
It's not even like, you don't even like talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, so when I ended up getting to SC out of JUCO, I was just like, wow, this is a dream come true. And I loved playing there. Like, it was a cool, like, awesome experience. And being an hour away from home was nice.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that, I was just like, all right, like, if I'm not going to come back here, like, I want to, like, go play in the SEC.
Yeah.
If I'm not going to go play minor league baseball, like, that's the second best thing that I could do besides getting drafted. Go play in the SEC. So I was like, I had no SEC calls, none, like zero. And, like, it was just Pac-12 schools reaching out, and I was like, I don't really want to play. Like, it's not like the Pac-12 isn't good. It's just like, I've already done it. I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
And so when Kentucky reached out, it was like,
instant.
You got me.
Yeah.
I hadn't even, like, heard. Like, I've heard of Kentucky, but I wasn't like, I was like following them, you know.
Yeah. That's whenever people ask me, like, like some people say somebody that went here or something. I'm like, like, I literally am genuinely curious who they are.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, no knock against any of them, but I just didn't really watch too much Kentucky baseball. I didn't watch too much South Carolina baseball even. I mean, I watched the College World Series, and that was pretty much it.
Like, I didn't even know, like, they had that great of a year. And I went and did some research, and I was like, damn, all right. Like, let's go. Like, that's what I want to be a part of, is a team that's, like, you know, growing, and they're on their way to being great.
Yes.
And they were great last year.
Yes.
Like, they just, like, a few more pieces here and there, and we could be even better. So that's what I wanted to be a part of, is a team that's, like, Omaha ready.
Yeah.
And I feel like this team can be Omaha ready.
Yeah. And the good thing about it is, I mean, as soon as you get here, like, normally you have that, like, period where it's, like, kind of learning everybody and getting to know how everybody is, and slowly, I mean, it was, like, immediate.
So fast,
everybody was just, like, it was like you were already part of the team.
Yeah, honestly, like, it felt like I was already part of the team.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Everyone's so welcoming.
Absolutely.
I've talked about it before in the other episodes. Like, my roommates, like, they helped me unpack my stuff, like, as soon as I got there. And it was just, like, everyone's, like, the Southern hospitality, like, I've never experienced. So it was cool to have, like, all these guys make you feel at home and part of a family, like we talk about all the time. So I think this is a great spot that we ended up at.
Absolutely.
I'm really happy to be here.
Absolutely.
And, like, when you find out this is a $50 million facility, it's like,
oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. It's all right. Like, that's, like, what you dream about, is being a part of a program that cares about you, being a part of a team that cares about each other, and being a part of, like, a team with coaches that care about you, and then having a really nice facility on top of that. It's like, what else could I ask for?
When I came and toured, whenever I first got up here, like August 2nd or 3rd, I texted and asked if I could just, me and my family, because we never came and actually visited. We just did a Zoom call. Like, we saw it on pictures, but, like, obviously it doesn't do it justice.
Oh, it does not.
And I mean, I think every room I walked in, I was like, wow, wow.
Like, this room itself, like the nutrition room, like, it's just like, damn.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
this is just like a player's lounge. Like,
Yes.
This whole thing, and it's huge.
Yes.
Like, this could have been integrated with our locker room.
Yeah.
And I would have been like, wow.
Yeah.
But, like, the fact this is a whole separate part of the locker room is amazing. Like,
And then the locker room is
gorgeous.
just as big, if
Yeah.
not a little bit bigger.
yeah. And these are our locker room seats.
Yeah.
Like, these are, like, you can move around. Like, they're comfy. I can fall asleep right here.
I've taken a couple naps.
Yeah. It's like, this is so nice. So, and then we got, like, 3 TVs over there. And then we have that TV in the locker room with,
The
like,
big
12 different, or, like, 18 different TVs.
God, it's huge.
It's, like, awesome.
Watch 4 different games of football.
Yeah.
Watch whatever you want on there. Turn on the music.
Yeah. It's just like,
I mean, even the training room. I mean, that blew me away.
yeah.
I mean, like
With
not
the hot tub, cold tub in there.
Man. Oh man, not the circular
Not the
little
circle.
bins.
Yeah.
The
These are
troughs.
sick. Yeah. These are really cool. And it's just like, you could have like a nice facility, but still hate it because like you just like don't like the team or coaches, but like I feel like everybody loves each other.
I've seen more people, like people walk in and out of here. Like you could sit here for about 3 hours and you'd see different people walking in and out.
Yeah.
Like we just saw
Even
Cooper
today, yeah.
and Ruben and Devo in there. They're just
chilling.
hanging out,
Yeah.
getting some swings in, doing
Yeah.
something.
At SC, dude, our locker room was outdated, and like it wasn't a place that you would want to like hang out in because it was just like no comfy seats. Like we didn't even have couches for a while until our last like 2 months of season, and they were like, and we're that great like for being SC. I mean,
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah, even
Yeah.
I don't even think about that.
yeah, and so it's like we didn't have, and the TV never worked. We had one TV and it never worked. And so, like, there was just no, like, unless I was in the cages or, like, playing catch or taking extra ground balls, like, I wouldn't want to just come here. Like, I would just want to hang out here. Just play ping pong right here. You can literally just, like, I could literally fall asleep in here for like 3 days. And, like,
You have plenty of food.
I have food. I have, like, it's an apartment.
You have TV. You got Wii.
Yeah.
Get a bathroom?
You got the Wii, Xbox, PS4, shuffleboard, darts. Like, you got everything.
It's
here.
crazy.
It's
Like that was like our locker room. I honestly think our locker room was combined about maybe as big as the kitchen.
the kitchen?
Yeah,
Wow. I mean, the kitchen's pretty big.
it is pretty big. But like we had stools. Like we didn't, like you walked in there, you were in there to change, sit before pregame, and leave. Nobody, I mean, nobody really wanted to come and hang out there.
Yeah.
Like guys would obviously go to the cages and hit.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was raining, you weren't doing any extra work. There was no place to do extra work if it was raining.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you were saying, you just didn't want to hang out in there.
Yeah.
Pre-game, yeah, it was awesome. I mean, you're just in there
Bumping
listening to music.
Yeah.
But other
I
than
can't
that,
wait to find out what pregame is like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, even
It's so
pre-lift
fun.
here sometimes they just turn on music and everybody
Yeah.
just sits around and is talking and hanging
Yeah.
out and getting ready for it.
It's really cool. And we haven't even talked about the cages downstairs.
Oh,
Like,
man.
You got you can bring the TrackMan down there. We have hit tracks, and it like projects onto the TV. You got self-feeding machines
Yeah,
for the players.
that
to
was
hit.
the wildest thing to me.
I've never seen something. We had a self-feeding machine, but it was like the like green, red, yellow. So like it would be lights, which was really weird. I didn't like it. I hated hitting off those things because my timing, it wasn't realistic. With these ones, it like rolls down, and so like you can actually load, like if a pitcher's coming like in his windup.
Oh, you see it rolling
so
down?
you see it roll down.
I've only been in there. I've never seen it actually working.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like
Is there one that you can like program to pitchers?
yeah, that's iPitch.
Is that?
Yeah, and so that one we use the dimple balls, and it like Ammo knows how to program all that stuff. So he programs it. It can be like a guy 92, 94 with a changeup and slider. He can program it to like Max Scherzer. Like it's legit.
Yeah.
And it's cool because like it's not easy to hit in there. It's just like it's hard. It like sometimes like he'll try to strike you out. So you're getting balls that like look like in the strike zone. Then just get out of there. It's
He
like,
can select which pitch to
yeah.
do on it.
yeah.
Like an
Through an
iPad.
iPad.
Really?
Yeah. He can literally be like, all right, slider. It says slider in the dirt. Click.
And then the next pitch he chooses something
So like
else.
if I'm on deck and I see like let's say Patty's hitting in there, and Coach Emmett goes, he'll go slider in the dirt, and then he'll look at me, He'd be like this. And then Patty swings that in the dirt or something, or whoever. And it's just like, he just like calls it. It's like funny. And then he'd be like, fastball up. And then by you. Yeah. And then sometimes a guy will get into one and crush it. So it's cool. It's cool, competitive little environment. But like everything here is just like, you just got to take advantage of it. Like,
absolutely.
It's just like you have everything here. You have the atmosphere, the team. It's just like you just got to do the work. That's like the easiest part, I think, because like, guys like us, we know how to work. Like we've done it for 5 years, 4 years,
and we just haven't not saying we haven't had the tool, but we haven't had the tools like here.
Yeah.
Like as a freshman coming in here, I feel like, not saying ours do, but I feel like it'd be easy to just take advantage, just
be like, all right, yeah,
it's another day. Like we don't, like, I get this stuff all the time. Like us coming in here, like you don't get this stuff, so you just appreciate everything that goes on here. It's awesome.
Yeah, and like when I was at JUCO, I mean, we didn't even have a locker room to like change in, and so our cages were just like JUCO, you know? And like I loved it. Like it was just like gritty. Like this is like what it's about. And then at SC, it was just like, you have these high expectations of, you would, like when you think of SC, you would think of a place like Kentucky, like how beautiful like it is, like all this stuff, and it didn't have that, which is fine. Yeah. And you still get through it, but then you come to a place like this where you didn't think it would have stuff like this, and it does, and it's just like, wow, awesome.
Wow. That's
like,
the only word
like
I had.
All that hard work that you put in, and it's just like, man, like I get to just be, like, this is my home.
Yes.
And you get to be here every single day. And it just makes it way more enjoyable.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why I love it, yeah.
And just seeing the guys put, like, the guys that just put in, like, the hitters. Like, the hitters are here all the time, I swear.
Oh, you can hear them right now.
Yeah, I swear they're here all the time.
You can't hear them through the podcast, I don't think, but you can hear the bing, bing. And it's like, why wouldn't you?
I mean, guys are coming in here at, like, 8:30, 8 o'clock. They get here before 9, so the door doesn't close on them.
That's the only thing I get it. Like, you got to close it at 9, but, like, sometimes I would want to be, like, 10:30, I'm, like, sitting in my bed, I'm like, I mean, I could go swing it right now. But it's like, it's locked, but it's all good. Yeah. But it's cool. I love it here.
Oh, yeah.
So I have these drinks right here. We're going to do a little taste test. Saps, thank you guys for sponsoring and giving me some free drinks. So this is an electrolyte beverage. It's like their thing is for active strength of body and mind. So like you give it a little shake it up a little bit. It's a lemon lime flavor. No, it's not carbonated. It's a lemon lime flavor.
I'll say, is it about to spray on me?
No. Shit. I mean, if it does, I'm sorry. It's got 1,900 milligrams of electrolytes. So when we talk about hydration, like it's not just water. Like there's a lot of things that go into hydration, and it's like you got to have the magnesium, sodium, potassium. Those are all things that you sweat out of your body. So it's good to like be able to hydrate yourself with these, and obviously some water too. So we'll do a little taste test, see what you think about these.
All right.
I got more. I got black citrus and passion fruit at home, so you're awesome. There you go, yeah. So, I mean, I drink these every day. I love them. Oh yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah. So, I mean,
really good.
Like, this is like, it has no caffeine in it, so, like, before I lift, if I'm, like, gonna go lift, I'll have one of these to, like, hydrate my body, get it ready, drink some water. And then I'll have my caffeine. Like you can take a scoop of pre-workout or something and like be ready to go. But like having like daily electrolytes,
this is really good.
Is what you need in your body, and it's like what makes you like function.
This is really good.
You like it?
Oh yeah,
dude. I got plenty more. I need some more. Yeah. So like, I mean, right here it's like rapid rehydration created for workouts, wellness, and late nights. So. I think we do all three of those things.
Absolutely.
It's good to have these after a late night, getting ready. Drink one of these before you go to bed, and you're solid. Like, it's like, now that I've gotten older, like, the best way that I've even just, like, on a normal wake-up, like, just, like, a normal day, like, hydrate your body, like, if you're hungover. Like, when you're hungover, you want, like, water, and you're trying to, like, hydrate. Like, just do that, like, when you're on a normal day, and you'll feel amazing.
Wake up, immediately drink water.
Drink water, hydrate your body.
Keep my water bottle right by my bed, and I'll wake up, and I'm just like, immediately start drinking.
And, like, try to, like, what I've seen a couple things is, like, wait to have caffeine, like, an hour after you wake up to let your body, like, wake up and like do its thing. So it's like
naturally.
Naturally. And then like if you're hydrating, you're gonna feel amazing throughout the day, and that's what like gets your energy going. You're not falling asleep. Like you have electrolytes and you're hydrated. Like you'll be solid.
Yeah.
So I think lemon lime is good. My favorite is the black citrus, and I'll let you try that one. But like these are not ice cold. When they're ice cold, man, ooh, so good. So you guys can check it out. SAPS, SAPS. They're from Austin, Texas. I mean, this is like as good as it gets. It's better than Gatorade.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that stuff.
I was gonna say like the lemon lime reminded me of Gatorade, but it doesn't just taste like sugar.
Yeah, it's only 35 calories, only 5 grams of sugar. So throughout, like it's not that much sugar.
Yeah,
and sugar is also good for hydration too.
Yeah,
and like
it doesn't just taste like syrup.
Yeah.
It's literally like you're drinking water.
Yeah. The only thing it doesn't have is protein. So sorry guys. You get that through other stuff, but like I mean, having this at my house is just like so nice.
Oh yeah.
Like, when I wake up, drink one of these, and then I'll have like the strong coffee. I drink that every day. Like, we'll get that one going next time. Get a little taste test of the strong coffee though. But yeah. So wrapping it up, what are like your final thoughts of like the fall, and like how are you going to prepare yourself for the spring from here on out?
I mean, we get to thankfully get a lot stronger over this next, what is it? We got 20 days, 18 days till Thanksgiving break.
Yeah.
Come back, we got a week after that. Come back, we got, I don't even know, 20 more days.
I mean, I think it's like we get back I think we have to be back for Thanksgiving break, the 28th or 27th. And then we have that like team bonding thing till the 3rd, and then we're done.
Yeah, like after like these 4 days off, which I mean we had lift during them, and then now like starting
Optional.
tomorrow, optional. Starting tomorrow, we're going right back into video. Like we're going to be able to do individual stuff. Like I'm gonna get with Roselle and work on my mechanics, work on shaping that curveball better, like stuff that you can do without even throwing.
Yeah.
And then getting my body right physically and making sure everything is recovered.
Recovered, yeah. That's the most important part. That's what I mean. Just like recovering electrolytes is like keep your body hydrated. That's going to help with the recovery process for keeping your arm healthy, your body healthy. And I think that's the most important part. A lot of the freshmen have to realize is like the recovery part. Because if you don't recover well, all that training and all that work you put in, you're not even going to be able to like do it like at a high level because you're not recovered. You just like feel like poop, and like you just don't have that recovery that your body needs to be able to perform from what you've just trained, right? So recovery is super underrated, I believe, and like I think we do a good job here of like recovery. You guys have like all your pitching stuff, like just recovery should be like a priority.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So that's the best thing. Like once we get in the weight, I mean, we're gonna coach Jones, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, Coach Jones.
Because we just got a new weightlifting coach.
Yeah.
But I think he's gonna get us right. We have that competition tomorrow.
Oh yeah, and we're on the same team.
Oh yeah, we got that tomorrow, and then I think just getting ready for the spring, being able to throw, preparing my body to go. I mean, however many games, what is it, like 50 to 60 games?
I mean, if we win Omaha, it'll be like 70 games.
So
when we win Omaha, it'll
games.
be like 70, 72 games. So
72 games.
You're preparing your body to like go that far, though.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You're not just preparing to go to the end of the season, 52 games. Like we're preparing ourselves to be in that bottom of the ninth. We're down by 1. We got bases loaded and 1 out. Like that's what we're preparing for right there. And as a pitcher, we're up by 1. You got second and third, 1 out. You got to get it done.
Oh yeah,
that's what your body needs to be ready for.
Oh yeah. So I mean, even the mental side of it. I mean, it drains you. Yeah. And then if you come out of the game and you're like not mentally and physically worn out, like you either are just amazing, like just like something out of this out of another world, or you're just not doing something right.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, getting ready for SEC play. That's one thing I'm most excited about. Is just the level of competition.
Yeah, the SEC is going to be
not saying the CAA was not great competition, but it's just, I mean, obviously it's different.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just the guys that are playing and the level that they are at right now is just unreal.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I'm actually really excited about. I talked to Grant about how the atmospheres were at the different stadiums.
Yeah.
He was like, dude, I mean, you're just constantly getting yelled at. People are constantly chirping you. People are constantly chirping you, and if you can't handle that, you're obviously not going to survive. So
yeah.
I mean, I think I'm ready for that stuff. I'm ready to have thousands of people in the stand.
We're gonna have 5,000 to 10,000.
Awesome to me.
Yeah,
that is awesome to me.
It's gonna be really fun.
I think the biggest game I've pitched in is against Texas. Actually, Daly was on that team.
Really?
Daly was on that team. They came to Charleston.
Shout out Mitch Daly. I lift more than you. And you're soft. Just kidding. He's awesome, man. We'll get him on here. You guys will like him. He's
they when they
I had to say that because every day we go in the weight room, and you know how we have the different racks, and we'll either be on the same rack or he'll be on a rack ahead of me, and when he always gets it before me, so he's already looking at me. And he's like, what rack you on? And I'll be like, I'm on rack 2 today. He's like, no way, bro. And I'll hang out there for a second. Nah, I'm on 5 today. He's like, I'm 4. And he's like, I can't hear you from over here. So it's just this funny thing that we do. But yeah.
Yeah, we got Charleston doesn't fit many players. Many fans. So we had people on trucks in the outfield. We have a little right field Renegades thing.
yeah.
People that was probably the most people I've played in front of, and it was, I don't even know how many people. It wasn't a crazy amount, but it was a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be definitely a little different.
Yes.
Yeah. So last question, what would you tell a 15-year-old Trey Pooser? If you could talk to him right now, what would you tell him for baseball and life, I guess?
I don't know. I mean, that's a hard question.
Yeah, I mean,
baseball,
knowing that you're at Kentucky now, and maybe there was some stuff that happened in your baseball career that you could have avoided or you could have done differently. How would you prepare him for where you are today?
I'd say take some stuff I wouldn't say when I was younger, I wouldn't say I took the weight room as seriously. Now obviously. Now I know, but sophomore year of college, I think it took me that long to realize you need it. You gotta be in the weight room, and I just don't think I took that as seriously. And then I think just being myself and just trusting myself and still loving the game, and no matter where you end up, just make the best of it.
Yeah,
I think that's what I'd say.
That's good stuff.
Oh,
That's good stuff. I guess the last thing before, I know that was the last question, but I know you want to show off your kicks. So we'll show the fans. We got the dunks. I got the pandas. He's got on the...
He's got some baby blue.
Baby blues. Those
with
are
some
tough.
yellow accents.
I have one of my boys, Patty Kicks. Not Patty Picks.
Yeah, my bad.
Patty Kicks. He sells shoes and stuff, so I got these from him, and I'm sure if you wanted to up your shoe game.
Oh yeah.
Check it out.
I think these are the only pair of
dunks you got.
Nice shoes I have.
Yeah, we'll upgrade your shoe locker room. But yeah, if you guys want to check him out, Patty Kicks. I think it's PattyKickzzz, something like that. But he's got a wide variety of shoes, and he's got dunks, Jordan 1 lows, Jordan 1 highs. I mean, he's got everything. So I'd check him out. But yeah. All right, I think that's it for today. So I appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely. Appreciate you having me, man.
Of course. Thank you guys for tuning in. We got a lot more coming for you guys. Got some more upgrades coming, but appreciate you guys tuning in. Like and subscribe. But we'll see you next time.
Won't you come with me and spend the night?